Hi, my name is Iain Bryson. I'm the author of I Love You Like One, a letter to my daughter abducted by a cult. And today is July 11th, 2024. It's my first wife Agata's 42nd birthday. And I'm going to start making videos. I plan to do it weekly in order to address questions and concerns that I know are coming up, especially by people who haven't read the book. Um, in order to understand this complex situation, it is necessary to read the book, but I will also be making videos, and I encourage you to reach out to me with your questions. If you want me to fill in any blanks for you or describe things in detail that you don't understand, I welcome that. And so this will be the first video in this series. I recently had a video published from the Cleared Hot podcast with Andy Stumpf. And at the end of that video, I said that the only people who are supporting me right now are my second wife, my mother-in-law, her boyfriend, and my best friend that I've known since age 15. In reality, what I was trying to say was that in my family, most people have turned their backs on me. And this has been the case since the abduction of my daughter on December 27th, 2010. But I do have a lot of support from friends. My dad has recently said that he supports what we're doing, and our church community is highly supportive as well. So, as well as the internet community, the people that are reading the book, the people that are reaching out to me, the people that are following us on Facebook and Instagram, I appreciate all of you, and I thank you for your support. So the first question that I want to address is, why am I fighting for my first wife? This is something that I'll address over the course of this video, but the bottom line is that she's in danger because she is in a cult family, because of what she revealed to me. She is in danger. And on Andy Stumpf's Cleared Hot podcast, I talked about Patty Hearst, who was abducted at the age of 19, held in a closet and brainwashed, and became part of this criminal organization as a result of that brainwashing. Now, my first wife was brainwashed beginning at birth. And in the course of the 7 years that I was with her, she revealed to me enough so that I could write this present book. She wants out of this cult. She took our daughter back to the cult because of mind control, and that's what she told me in her own words. And then it happened. So I have been and am still fighting for her, and I will never give up on her. And but that is also fully explained in the book. That is why the title of my book is I Love You Like One, because that is something that my first wife used to say to me when I told her I love you. She would reply, I love you like one. And I believe what she was referring to was the fact that we are all one in Christ. Romans 12:5 says, so we being many are one body in Christ and individually members one of another. So the fact that I love her and I'm fighting for her has nothing to do with the fact that she was my wife. What it has to do with is the fact that we had a child together, and I loved her and will always love her, and I will fight for her as I believe we all should for each other. Now, the going narrative from the Polish side of things, including people like my own mother and own sister, is that my first wife escaped from me in fear of the lives of her and our daughter. In order to get to the bottom of that, we've got to go back to August 2010. In August 2010, my first wife and I had just cycled through her going through a period of I hate you, I've always hated you, and after a return from Poland. And this was something that I had seen multiple times over the course of our relationship, black and white thinking, where one day I love you and the next day I hate you. So in August 2010, my family was healthy. We were dancing and cleaning, cooking, reading, taking hikes together, going to the farm together. And I believed that any problems that we had experienced were in the past and that they weren't going to come up again. Foolish me, but that's what I believed. I also believed that it would be wise to get my family back to the United States so that I wasn't alone in a foreign country dealing with this problem should it ever arise. So we applied for my first wife's visa so that she could re-enter the United States, because at the time Polish people needed a visa, and as soon as she left the United States to move to the Netherlands, she was no longer able to just fly back. So we applied for her visa, and our plan was to move our family back to the United States. But since she couldn't return with me at the time, what we decided was that I would go back to the United States and look for work and a place for us to live. And in the interim, she and our daughter would go back to Poland. Now, she begged me not to leave over and over again, begged me not to leave with a fear that I believed was irrational. She told me, I don't think we're ever going to get this back. I'm afraid we're never going to get this back. She asked me to contact my cousin who works for the FBI to see if he could expedite her visa so that we wouldn't have to separate. I told her that she was being irrational, that her fears were not real, that I loved her and would never leave her, and that everything was going to be okay, that we would communicate every day, and we would be back together shortly, and then we would be moving our family to the United States. So, August 2010, that was all happening. And then for the next 3 months, September 2010 until December 8th or 9th, 2010, we were apart. They were in Poland, and I was in the United States working as a substitute teacher, looking for more permanent work, and also looking at houses that we could potentially get a loan on to move into. So I'm going to read you from the email communications that I have from my first wife during this 3 months that we were apart. So on October 1st, 2010, my first wife wrote to me, "Sweetie, I love you so much it hurts to think about because there is no possible way to describe it. I was trying to catch you online after dinner, but you must be busy working. I love you and you are my world. Good night. I will be dreaming about you as always and praying for our family. Loads of kisses everywhere. Agata." A letter, an email from my first wife, October 7th, 2010. I love you more and want exactly the same thing more than you can imagine. I need you every second of every day. Just remember that we are doing something very special for our family. That's the only thing that keeps me going. I am proud of you and I love you. Agata. October 9th, 2010. Good morning, love. I love you more and I want to find a planet that I can live on, only with you and Adele. We love you. Kisses my everything, your wifey. October 20th, 2010. Sweetie, I got back very late at night and just got up an hour ago and have been with Adele. She loves the ladybug card from you. She's reading it to everyone and it doesn't leave her sight. You made us such a lovely surprise. Thank you. I will have a snack and some coffee and take a shower, and we'll be back to write you more. I love you from all of my heart and soul. Kisses, Agata. Another one from October 20th, 2010. I am so proud of you, Iain Avery. You are truly inspirational on what a journey you went through, and that you came out of that journey stronger than ever. It melts my heart. I love you more than I ever will be able to express with words. I love you, Iain Avery Bryson, and I always will. You are my second half in my world. You're so in love, wifey. October 25th, 2010. Adele says, Grandpa Suavamir pushes her on a swing harder than Mommy, but not as hard as my daddy. You are on our minds every single day. We love you and miss you and are so proud of you. I cannot wait to have our own place on earth that we can all call our home and be the three of us every day. You are my everything, you know, right? Talk to you soon. Loads of kisses, wifey. October 31st, 2010. Hey, love. We had dinner at my grandparents' today with Paula and her parents. Then my crazy aunt came. I put Adele down and took a shower. I miss you so much. It was so amazing to see you on Skype and to see you and everything to be my other basket. All Saints Day tomorrow, so everyone goes to the graves to light a candle and flowers. Wonder what Adele will think about that. Good night, sweetheart, and have a great day at work tomorrow, and know that your girls think about you always. I love you, wifey. November 1st, 2010. Hey, love, I've been waiting for you here and working, but you are probably out and about working. We love you so much, and there is a surprise on the way to you from us. I love you from all of my heart and can't wait to hear your voice. Love you, wifey Agata. November 8th, 2010. Sweetie, it was lovely and just get great talking to you too. Remember that no matter what, I love you from all my heart, and I am your other half. I have a little fever today. That's why I didn't get a chance to write more and to send you an update. Sweet dreams, pumpkin. I love and miss you, and you are always on my mind. Loads of kisses to my hubby, your beloved wifey, Agata. There's another one from November 8th, 2010. Even the thought of you can change my mood to happiness anytime. I love you so much. I was thinking about what is the best reasonable solution while waiting for the visa. I would like to find work for part-time only to make some money since the unemployment runs out in December. I love you to the bottom of the earth and back, and then up to the moon and back. Remember that no matter what, I love you and you are my world. Let's get that place on earth to call home and be together forever. You make me so happy. I hope you realize that. Have a great day, my everything. I love you loads and loads and loads. Your wifey. November 10th, 2010. I love you so much it hurts to think about because there is no way to describe it. I was trying to catch you online after dinner, but you must be busy working. It is after 11 p.m. and I'm getting ready for bed. Felt tired after such an early and busy morning. I feel fine right now. I want you to know that your girls love you very much, and there isn't a day that goes by that we don't talk or think about you. I'm so proud of you, all your hard work, and how strong you are. I know I am strong too, but I think us being together makes us strong. I have moments of feeling mostly sorry for myself because I miss you so freaking much, but a look at your picture or a thought of you makes me feel all better. I hope you are happy and that you are eating and taking care of yourself. We need you to do that for us. We are happy and busy, and everyone is asking about you and cheering for you, and everyone said to tell you they love you. I love you and you are my world. Good night. I will be dreaming about you as always and praying for our family. Loads of kisses everywhere. Agata. Another one from November 10th, 2010. I love you so much, my wonderful hubby. You are so amazing and special to me, and thanks to you, I am the luckiest and happiest girl in the whole universe. Good luck today, and know and remember that I love you from all my heart. November 18th, 2010. I'm heading to fitness. We'll be back in a couple hours. I have been reading the stuff you sent me all day on and off as much as Adele would allow me. It is so interesting, but some stuff I need to reread and reread and reread. I hope you are having a great day. I I have a cold. I love you loads and loads and loads. Kisses, wifey Agata. November 20th, 2010. I think I will be going to sleep early today to help my cold and congestion. Skype tomorrow. Can't wait to see you. I love you loads and loads and loads, and I'm the proudest girl in the universe because I have you as my hubby. Love you, Agata. November 23rd, 2010. Babini. Got back from 2 hours of fitness, took a shower, and I'm heading to bed, sore in a good way and exhausted. I hope you had a great day and did some writing as well, which is your idea of fun. I love you from all of my heart and miss you terribly. Good night, my love. Love you. December 2nd, 2010. Hey, lovely. It was so nice talking to you. I cannot wait when we are together and we can talk all days long. I'm leaving Stargard next Wednesday the 8th at 10:45 p.m. my time and arriving in The Hague on the 9th in the morning. I love you so much, my precious thing. Your wifey. December 3rd, 2010. Hey, sweetie. I've been out with Adele playing in the snow, but when I got back, my tummy started to feel funny, and I think I have a stomach flu or something. Have been laying under a blanket and drinking mint tea. I hope your Sunday was great, and I hope to talk to you tomorrow or later if I'm able to sit for a few minutes. I love you from all of my heart, and you are my everything. December 8th, 2010. Baby, good to hear. Was a little worried. Good luck today. You will do great. I'm thinking of you. Adele and I are saying bye-byes today and celebrating my mom's birthday. So very busy and out and about. Can't wait to be home tomorrow. Love you, loads and loads. Kisses, your girls. So that was December 8th, 2010. That ends part 3 of my book. Part 4 of my book is when I return back to my first wife and our daughter at our home in The Hague. Now, immediately, when I saw them, I knew something was wrong. I knew that they looked bad. They looked bad. What I felt was bad. I walked upstairs and I tried to give my wife a kiss, and she jumped away as if I had stuck her with a hot poker, said, "You're hurting me. I hate you. I've always hated you." And from there, she started saying, "I'm taking our daughter back to Poland for either Christmas or New Year's. My family is a cult. I'm taking her back because of mind control. I have something like Stockholm Syndrome. And my dad has created a red herring so that no one will believe you." So, let's go and look at what she could have meant by cult. This is a quote from Noblet and Noblet, 2014. As we examined the historical and anthropological literature, we found accounts of religions, cults, and fraternal organizations that ostensibly use traumatic rituals for the purpose of creating altered states of consciousness. These mental states have sometimes been viewed as sacred, as the magical catalyst for profound visions or possession by gods. In other cases, these methods have allegedly been used to establish a powerful kind of psychological control that, until recently, existed underground in secrecy, essentially unknown to the community of mental health professionals. These traumatic acts of mind control reportedly occur in modern societies, including the United States and other industrialized as well as developing countries. The stories are often incredible and include descriptions of abuse in sadistic ceremonies, some of which are allegedly associated with satanic, Luciferian, and other ideologies alien to many of us. The psychiatric symptom pattern displayed by these individuals appeared similar appears similar to those historically and contemporaneously described as possessed. Our conclusion is that the diagnosis of dissociative identity disorder is a Western version of what has been historically and anthropologically as possession. Now here's another quote from Lachter and Lehman in Noblet and Noblet's book. Trauma-based mind control programming can be defined as systematic torture that blocks the victim's capacity for conscious processing through pain, terror, drugs, illusion, sensory deprivation, sensory overstimulation, oxygen deprivation, cold, heat, spinning, brain stimulation, and often near death, and then employs suggestion and or classical and operant conditioning consistent with well-established behavioral modification principles to implant thoughts, directives, and perceptions into the unconscious mind, often in newly formed trauma-induced dissociated identities that force the victim to do, feel, think, or perceive things for the purpose of the programmer. The objective is for the victim to follow directives with no conscious awareness, including execution of acts in clear violation of the victim's volition, moral principles, and spiritual convictions. Okay, so we get into part 4. The moment that we return, something is wrong. She tells me that she hates me and has always hated me. She told me that she has something like Stockholm Syndrome. So here is a quote from Schwartz. The counterintuitive form of captor-captive bonding was given a name in 1973, Stockholm Syndrome. This condition embodies several of the essential attachment paradoxes: gratitude for the perpetrator having spared the victim's life, the leveraging of small kindnesses, false mediation and resolution between captor and hostage through coerced sympathy for the ideological agenda of the perpetrator, and won-over identification with the devaluation of perpetrator enemies. That's me. Stockholm Syndrome is merely the outer and consensually validated layer of a more complex configuration for personality alteration in the hands of perpetrators who have more prolonged influence over victims. Patients from intergenerational, interfamilial, and criminal cults and cartels describe specific child-rearing practices that involve the use of pain and fear: starving, burning, beating, sensory deprivation, overexposure to severe heat and cold, sexual sadism, electrical shock torture. Such experiences, which trigger and then institutionalize dissociative responses at an early age, can disrupt the usual differentiation of self and other representations concurrently. Concurrently, it creates a storehouse of rage that can be harnessed and redirected by perpetrators and programmers. At me. Okay, so December 9th, 2010, we're back at our home in The Hague. Again, I'm in Crazyville with my wife saying, I hate you, I've always hated you. I'm taking our daughter to the cult because of mind control. I have Stockholm Syndrome. And my dad has created a red herring so that nobody will believe you. So now Merriam-Webster defines a red herring as something that distracts attention from the real issue, and further explains the origin of the term is derived from the smell of red herring being used to distract hunting dogs from the trail of their quarry. Grammarly defines a red herring as a rhetorical device that diverts attention from the topic at hand, i.e., my abducted daughter. It is a tool used in an argument. The red herring fallacy causes a distraction in an argument that draws attention off topic. Because of this, a red herring is a type of logical fallacy. A red herring is a way for a speaker to win an argument by bringing up a matter that is irrelevant to the main issue. Using bullet points, the website breaks it down this way. Topic A is argued. My daughter has been abducted by a cult, and my wife told me that was what was going to happen. Speaker brings up topic B. Iain has done drugs, he has been arrested, and he has a psychological history. And topic B is irrelevant to topic A. But then topic A is either disregarded or ignored or forgotten because topic B takes precedence. So on December 11th, 2010, I went to the psychologist that both my first wife and I were seeing, and I informed him that she had told me she's taking our daughter back to Poland, that she has our daughter's passport, and that she's adamant that she is doing this. He told me that he was going to try to contact her. He told me that it would be illegal for her to do so, and for me to just keep trying. So I went back home and kept trying. I began sending myself emails as I was researching my first wife and what could be wrong with her. Some of the things that I was looking up and sending to myself were information on parental alienation, on borderline personality disorder, which is what we thought could be the case after previous episodes of this. On splitting, which is a psychological term that refers to black and white thinking. So I immediately was trying to figure out what was going on, and I was working by myself, and I was also speaking to her every evening after we put our daughter to bed and pleading with her to get help, pleading with her to go to these appointments with me, and she flat out refused. On December 21st, 2010, I went to another appointment with the psychologist, and again told him that nothing had changed, that she was still telling me she's taking our daughter back to Poland, she still had her passport and would not tell me where it was, and that she was refusing to come to these appointments with me. He told me that he was very worried and that he was going to continue to reach out to her. On December 24th, 2010, I wrote an email to my mom. I have an appointment with the counselor on the 30th and trying to find someone to watch Adele as he wants Agata there, and she ducked out last time with one of her phantom migraines. I think she is weary as there is so much that doesn't add up. Well, nothing does, and unfortunately I remember every word from day one, or maybe luckily, but it's not something that is fun to think about and try to frame. Again, we are dealing with a choose-your-own-adventure story, where reality is a bit elusive. But again, I think she is seeing that, and that there's no way for her to evade all this, and no way to put it all on me, as is the trend. On December 26th, 2010, I wrote an email to the psychologist. Agata ignores me. If I touch her, she backs away as if I hurt her. I cannot leave as Agata has the passport and I am terrified, let alone the fact that she has been doing nothing other than sleeping, moping around, complaining, and cleaning. She takes a shower for an hour after getting up at 11. She does not think the kid needs to eat. I have taken care of that, but it is frustrating. She will not leave the house and either reads a woman's magazine, cleans up and gets irritated when Adele and I want to play, has a migraine, or sits on her phone or the computer texting and social networking. When this happened before, she got on Skype with an ex-boyfriend, changing from her miserable self to her cheerful, warm self, and talked to him until 11:30 at night. On December 26, 2010, to Keys, the psychologist. I do not know how I can get her in on the 30th. I'm going to try, though again, I feel like she will come up with some excuse. Like the first time I saw you, I have nothing I am trying to hide and want to look at everything I am doing or not doing so I can understand it and work on it. I am not afraid of anything except what I am facing now, which I believe to be the destruction of my family. December 27th, 2010, to the psychologist prior to the abduction. I do not trust her, and right now my only goal is to keep my daughter safe. Another email to the psychologist on December 27th prior to the abduction. What the expletive are my options going to be? I am not asking you, but I am expletive terrified. So on December 27, 2010, I woke up. My daughter and I made breakfast together. My first wife stayed in bed with a migraine. She refused to go outside with us. She told me that she wanted me to spend this time with my daughter. So my daughter and I went out, played in the snow together, went to a couple different parks. My daughter rode around on my shoulders, reminding me that that was her favorite place to be. We returned home for lunch, and then my first wife still didn't want to go outside, so we went back out. And we went to another park, pushed her on the swing. We went to the farm down the street. And then around dinner time, my first wife began texting me and telling me that she needed me to come back with our daughter because she had plans to take her to the store. And her texts were irregular, texting over and over again, where are you? I'm waiting for you. I need you to come home. And my daughter didn't want to go home. She just was trying to distract me, playing over here, playing over there, telling me she didn't want to go to be with mommy. She didn't want to go back to Poland. And I eventually convinced her that we needed to go home, that her mother loves her, and that she was probably making dinner for us. So then we went home. My first wife was waiting at the top of the stairs, dressed and ready to go, and saying, I want to take her to the store. And I said, no, we'll go to the store together, but you've been threatening to take our daughter and you have her passport, so slow down and let's think about this. I put my daughter on the couch and we began watching her favorite movie, drinking tea and eating popcorn. And then another man came over, distracted me, and told me that his daughter, who was my daughter's friend, was at the library down the street with her mother. So I eventually let them go. And my first wife had my daughter come and give me a big hug. It was just, she stood behind my daughter as my daughter wrapped her arms around me, and I looked into her blue eyes, and I was oblivious to what was happening. But then my daughter walked down the stairs, her mother behind her, and I never saw my daughter again. From that point, I went to the police. The police wouldn't help. The U.S. Embassy wouldn't help. And my stance since that point was, please just evaluate my daughter. So the narrative that I am the monster just doesn't work. It doesn't work. There's no evidence for it other than what my first wife said after the abduction, and what her family said after the abduction, and what my mother and my sister have said and are saying. Of course, my mother and sister didn't know my first wife, had no contact, never came to the Netherlands, and are just completely just choosing a side based on ignorance and foolishness. So that's what I wanted to say today. Now, I do plan on making more videos, as I stated previously. Please send me your questions, comments, ideas. I do already have a couple issues that I plan on addressing at a later time, but I don't want to make these videos super long. And I just want to thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. And I will talk to you soon. God bless.